What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of We Everywhere, baby. Hold on. Nadia's giving me the hand signal.
No.
What was that? Oh, were you saluting me?
Oh, no. I was just like getting into it. I was like hyping you up. I was like, yeah. Pumping my hands. Damn. Can I just be enthusiastic?
No, I mean, I thought you were trying to get my attention.
No. Sorry. Proceed.
Oh, my God.
I like it. I say go with it.
Me too.
I say go with it.
I am your host, Oh Marvelous, and with me, as always, is the co-host with the Mo-host, Nadia Moham.
Yahoo!
Excited. Hands in the air. I mean, come on. What more do you want?
I got my hands up to playing my song.
Oh, my God. Thanks for tuning in again. So we are very excited for this episode because we went somewhere, baby.
Yeah, apologies for not dropping that last week's episode, but we were traveling and
Yeah, we was doing things.
we were living our life, gathering content for this show, very show that you like to tune into.
So here we are, and we are going to talk about our very successful trip to New York City, US of A, baby.
New York City, US of A, baby. Yes. Everybody fucks and sucks.
In New York City. Oh, my God.
What show, guys? That's your trivia. What show was that line from?
There you go. We're giving out quizzes.
Oh, look at that. First
You
person
could
to
win.
DM me with the answer
Wins fabulous cash and prizes. Cash not included.
gets, maybe like a little makeup giveaway.
Oh, look out.
I do have some extra product laying around that I could, put up a little box and. Okay.
Look at that.
All right, guys. There you have it.
Just like that.
We just created a new segment.
the-
Do-do-do-do-do.
the creation of Nadia's gift boxes.
Nadia's Are You Listening boxes?
It's
Yeah.
just a bunch of broken pallets.
I know. It's so sad. Are you listening to our sad show? Here's your sad box. We really got to stop talking shit about ourselves.
I know, right? They're like, man, the people listening, they're like, I really like this, but I don't think they do.
And like every producer ever is just like, guys, you got to lay off on talking negatively about your show.
Be like, welcome to the show. We're garbage.
This show sucks. What's up, guys?
The only show that's keeping it so real that we don't even like ourselves. It's a show full of self-loathing.
I hate myself. Wait. We were just like literally listening to Andy Milonakis.
Yeah.
God, we are immature.
I know.
But this is who we are. And if you're fans of that show, you'll remember the, what was it? The apple that
It was an apple. Yeah. So I don't even know why that came up. I think it came up in one of our group messages. Somebody was like, remember this theme song? And it
I
was the
think I
theme song.
played it in the car.
Well, yeah, because we were looking for it.
Oh, right.
Because it was like a small clip of it. And we're like, well, let's listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
From the very short-lived Andy Milonakis show on MTV.
Yeah. There were a lot
Like a decade and a half ago or some shit.
It was like the Tom Green era when
Yeah.
it was just like, we'll just give a show to this guy and see what happens.
Do you like to do crazy shit? Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. And now that's just Instagram, They were ahead of their time. But wow, I am delirious. I'm like 90% delirious and 10% stoned. It's a bad combination. So that's, I was just thinking about this before we did the show. And I was like, damn, I'm tired. Damn, I don't want to do this right now. Damn. And I feel like that happens a lot because we wait till the last minute. But then I'm like, it probably suits the audience a lot better that I'm literally delirious out of my mind. You probably get a better show in the end for me because I just say whatever the hell comes to my mind.
Not according to the sponsors. Said the guy with no sponsors.
Man, that is hilarious.
But after this episode, New York City's going to want to sponsor us.
You know what I'm saying?
So, I don't know. I don't want to say, I feel like I got invited on this trip, but this was definitely a work trip for you. And it happened to be Fashion Week.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, hey, we're going to New York over Valentine's Day.
It
happens to be, Fashion Week.
Yes.
We
meaning Miguel was asked to perform at a Michael Kors show, and because it was Fashion Week, and of course Nas would be attending with him as well, being dressed in Michael Kors as well, and she was going to need glam, not only for that show, but also Valentine's Day, because Valentine's Day was the day before. So, needless to say, I got hired on a work trip and was like, let's go. I got a room. Let's go.
Yeah, and it was Valentine's Day.
Buy your ticket, bitch.
Yeah, if I didn't go, it's just going to be such a bad idea to just be like, nah, I don't think I'm going to do that. So I let Nadia pack my bag.
Didn't he look great, guys?
So here's the thing.
Styled by Nadia.
Well, here's the thing. When Miguel was talking to me about coming out there, he's like, yeah, we're all going to be in New York. It's going to be dope, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what is this for again?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yeah, it's, Fashion Week. And I was like, oh, I'm going to fucking fit right in. Is it stylish to wear a hoodie and jeans?
Yeah, actually.
So
you're the coolest one of all.
And I didn't believe in myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I let you dress me in.
That's real punk.
In silky shirts.
You don't care. Please. He loves it. That's Omar.
But
when he wears those shirts from Zara, he's not Omar. He's Omar. That's who he is.
But when it comes to packing, like I'm so bad at it.
Yeah, you're just like shirt, shorts, socks,
shirt, shorts.
Roll it up, throw it in a backpack. Let's go.
Yeah, I was like, yo, anytime you're like, well, we got to get the luggage. I'm like, why? Like everything fits in the backpack.
It's driving me crazy.
But this one, I was like, okay, look, anytime we go somewhere,
I can't roll my suit in my backpack.
I can't roll my suit. I was like, wool coat? No worries.
Yeah, you see, we were going to New York in February, so it was really cold. So we had to layer, which requires more than a backpack.
Yeah. So we're like, okay, I was like, Nadia, what else do I need? But we ended up going, and I was kind of freaking out just because we haven't been on a plane. I haven't been on a plane since Hawaii. No, it was the same.
Yeah, Hawaii.
Yeah, and
which was May 2021.
Mm-hmm. But it was like, you had to take a test, and it was people were, I feel like, were still kind of freaked out. And now I don't feel like people are really freaked out.
No, so people are over it now. Yeah, I feel it.
I don't know if I want the place for everything to be lax to be in the airport where I'm about to jump on a plane with a bunch of strangers,
Yeah.
But whatever. And then my second fear was that if it was snowing, like it's not so much getting there. It's like,
getting stuck.
Is it going to be delayed? Or, what if when we want to leave a couple days later, like we can't? I'm all about worrying.
Yeah.
Like that shit's my favorite.
Ew. What is wrong with you? No wonder why you got high blood pressure. He's always stressed.
But what's your seat preference on a flight?
It is The right side for sure.
Just the right side, just anywhere on the right side of the plane.
I've come to realize that for some reason I have to sit, well, especially if I want to sleep on a flight, I have to sit on the right side next to a window seat always, but now it's become the right side for sure, because this trip, Nas usually books me a right side flight because, did I say that right?
Right side
Why
flight.
does that sound so weird? It's like a band in the 80s. Right side flight. Yeah, she usually books that side, but it's been a minute, so she probably forgot, or maybe there wasn't a lot of options. Like, who knows, right? She got me a window.
It's in your contract.
Yeah, I got to write
Nadia must be seated on the right side of the plane.
So I got left side window, and I tried to sleep from the la 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 la. I still can't
That
get it. I
didn't help.
can't get it.
It actually didn't help at all. Yeah.
Wow.
Try a couple more different
Wow.
vocal warm-ups to see if you can get your story
My
straight.
brain is going
Your riveting
faster
story
than
about the
mine.
seat. I'm glued to mine.
Ah. Wow, I hate you so much. Okay, let's just forget this story. Let's just say I can't sleep on the left side.
Do you think it's because of the way like your body likes to flop when you like sleep? You know, like,
Yes,
when you're on even if you're on a couch or whatever.
yes,
you
everybody
always
has a
tend
preferred side.
to just flop to one
Absolutely.
side.
Absolutely. And I think, but I don't know, because I feel like I sleep on, I feel like when people ask what kind of sleeper you are, it's a hard question for me, because sometimes I sleep on my back, sometimes I sleep on my left, and sometimes I sleep on my right. I like all of them.
Except on a plane.
Well,
Now we're learning a little bit about Nadia. When people say like, how do you sleep? I'm like, with my eyes closed. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, as soon as
that's all you need.
I just need to close my eyes or whatever. I sleep really like well on planes.
Yeah, I know,
Not like I get like an amazing rest or nothing like
No.
that. I'm just saying I don't have a problem falling asleep on a plane.
But you don't have a problem falling asleep anywhere. Like, you can do that. I can't do that. I can't. Maybe that's a sign of ADD, because I can't turn it off. I can't turn off my brain, and I can't manage distractions. Like, I get distracted very easily. So it's just too much. I hear everything. I'm just like hyper tuned in. I feel the little nudge on my seat from the back, like every little thing. I'm just like, I can't shut it down. So, but anyways, only time I can really sleep is if I take sleeping pills on a plane, and then sometimes I'll fall asleep watching shit. But yeah, did you watch anything interesting?
You know, well, that's the thing, is that while we're talking about sleeping, is I put on some movie, I don't know what it was, and I fell asleep.
Yeah,
I woke up, that movie was over, and I put something else on, and again I fell asleep.
yeah,
But it was hard because I've fucking seen everything. Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? I don't know. It's weird. Like, the movies on the plane, I was like, I've already seen it. There isn't anything that isn't already streaming. You know what I mean? That I was
But
like, well, now that I'm on this plane.
Yeah, but you typically will watch movies over and over and over again. But all of a sudden, look, we're learning stuff about Omar.
No, but that's what I'm
Not
saying.
on a plane.
In regards to staying awake, like I was just putting
Oh.
on movies that
I see.
I
what
know
you're
I've seen before. I was just like, okay, whatever. Like,
saying. Okay, got it.
do you know what I mean? There
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
anything like, oh shit, I gotta catch this. You know?
I, for some reason, tend to pick really sad things on planes. I don't know why. Like, I always end up watching something that makes me cry. And then I'm just like sitting there crying on a plane.
That's the worst.
Don't you remember you looked over at me and I was crying?
Yeah, I was like, what's wrong with you?
Because I watched Queen and Slim finally. And that shit was so
Yeah.
sad. Great movie, by the way. I'm sure many of you have watched it. I'm hella late to the game, but I just forget about movies until you put them on for me, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh, this is good. Yeah,
You're my movie coordinator. You curate my movie life.
and you're better off for it.
I am. I really am.
So
It's great.
well, so here's the thing: we're on the plane, and the pilot gives that announcement that goes, "Hey, we're doing really good on time. We're gonna land early."
Mhm.
And everybody's like, "Yeah, all right." And I'm like, "This is like the worst." When a pilot says that, "Hey, they're gonna land early," you know what that means? That means you're gonna be fucking waiting on the tarmac
Every time.
because they land early. That's great for who? The
Yeah.
plane that landed before you still has to do its whole thing. So it's like you're just like, "Oh, great!
There's
now
no
I'm
point.
sitting here."
Yeah,
It's like the dumbest thing. I hate that shit.
I know. You said it too. And then it was funny because you were talking about it, and then I saw some comment. Damn, it was like some meme. I can't remember. It was a hilarious meme. Remember, I sent it to you, and then
Mhm.
in the comments it said that, like, yeah, just so you can arrive early and wait 45 minutes on the tarmac.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah.
But we finally get off the plane and we get our bags or whatever. And then there's a guy with a sign. Like I've never shown up anywhere and my name is on a sign. And even this one it wasn't. It was
That's some rich shit.
yeah, I was like, "Oh, yeah. That's us." Like take us to our fancy car.
Yeah, baby, we bougie now.
And we go outside and it's fucking snowing.
Yeah.
I was
It
like,
was great.
"Damn."
Yep. I loved it. And I'd been wanting to see, remember I'd been telling you forever, I want to see the snow.
Mhm.
We wanted to go to Big Bear somewhere, but we just couldn't get around to going. So I got my snow.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, "Hey, happy Valentine's Day." And it was funny because it was funny because we land and it's like Super Bowl, right? Like
Yeah.
the Super Bowl is going down. We flew one, just because that's when the flight was. Two, to escape, since we live so close to the stadium, not having to deal with it. And when we land, they take us to our hotel, which is like this super, like really nice hotel. It's called the Bowery Hotel. What was it? A bank before? It used to be a bank in the 1800s.
It was built in. It was. What did I say? I can't remember. It was 1841. I want to say. Yeah. I told every person I knew on that trip that fact, and all of a sudden I can't remember the year.
Now when it matters.
This is how tired I am. Literally every person. Did you know that the Bowery in 1814? No, 41. Was it 14? Used to be a bank, and it just still really looks. The architecture is pretty much the same. Like I didn't really look into what was preserved and what was like changed, but honestly, it looks pretty original to me.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
And it was crazy because I was trying to describe it to my dad, and I was like, it's got a very fancy feel to it, but it's definitely old time fancy.
Right.
Like it's not modern at all.
No.
You know what I mean? It's still big chairs and fireplaces.
Cherry wood.
Yeah. And
it looked like those. What were those like hangout rooms in Harry Potter? Like each house has their like
the common room.
The common room. It was like that vibe with the big fireplace and the velvet seating. It was so good. It was such a good vibe.
It was super cool. The downside is that they didn't have our hotel room ready.
Oh my god.
So we're like, what? Like we're late because the pilot was early. Almost like, you know how that goes. I was like,
sorry we're late. The pilot was early.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like he was so good at his job that we just fucking waited. Now we're late.
Yeah.
And you guys don't have the room ready. And they're like, well,
and our luggage took forever. It was just delay after delay.
Yeah. So when we get there, the guy's like, well, look, because your room's not ready, go ahead and have like a drink on us. Go sit at the bar. We'll bring you whatever you want. And we're like, all right, cool. So we go and we're sitting in the lobby bar. And I mean, presumably because it's Fashion Week, there's a bunch of people in there.
Yeah.
That to me look like they're part of this world, but I have zero idea who anybody is.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I was spotting people or not spotting people. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm completely ignorant of that. But then I did notice an actress by the name of Ruth Negga, who's like I really like her. She was in a show called Preacher. She was in like Agents of Shield. I think she's in a movie right now called Passing. But I was like, all right, cool. You know, look at us. We're having fancy drinks next to actresses and probably fashion icons or some shit. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. You're right. It was Fashion Week, and so New York is full of, you know, people of these kind. And then on top of it, I feel like that street, the Bowery Street and the Bowery Hotel, tends to attract a lot of artists and musicians and actors. You know, it's just it back in the day was that vibe, and so they're still kind of drawn to it, I feel.
Yeah. And that's the funny thing is the Bowery was like a place where a lot of music came out of.
Right.
Like you said back in the day. In fact, for anybody who, you know, knows anything about punk rock and the Ramones and such, there was a club there called CBGB. And you've probably seen people wearing the damn shirts. It's like CBGB, whatever. And I was like, man, I obviously never made it out there while it was in operation. But I was like, let me go check out the storefront. You know, at least the storefront. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I go, because it's literally like a minute and a half from the hotel.
When did you do this?
This was when you were...
was like
glamming or whatever.
I was working.
That's what you were doing. But I'm looking and it's a fucking designer store now.
Yeah.
It's like
John Varvatos.
Yeah, this guy. And I'm like, who the fuck is John Varvatos?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm getting
maybe it's Varvatos.
I don't know, but I'm just saying I'm getting ready to hate. Like I was like, this was a punk rock institution, and the Talking Heads played here, and blah blah blah. And then I look in the window and I'm like, that jacket's kind of fire though.
Right. Exactly.
I immediately was like, all right, man, you can stay.
Exactly. The only reason I know about that designer is because back when I went to Paul Mitchell, all the male teachers that worked there wore fucking John Varvatos. They were about it. And it was like leather and boots and just everything black. Yeah. Black and gray. That whole store is black and gray. So it's like, at least it's dope clothes. Not cheap. But...
Yeah. I told the homie at work and he was like, oh yeah, I have a jacket and some boots from that guy. I was like, you would, bro.
Yep. They have good shit. I'm still trying to look up the Bowery Hotel's year.
You're still trying to find the history?
Yeah, but I only have one finger, so it's hard.
What?
Never mind. That was weird.
Oh, yeah. And then later on in the story, Nadia loses all of her fingers.
But yeah, so basically you can tell in the lobby, you know, like, okay, I don't know who you are, but I think you're somebody.
Yeah.
You know, one of those. And like what the conversations you could hear too were like movie buzz and shit like that. So we finally get to our room and we like race to get ready for dinner. And we decided we were going to do our Valentine's dinner on Sunday night instead of Monday night, which was Valentine's Day, because it was just becoming a hassle. I had to work. Reservations were crazy. And we were like, you know what? Screw it. Like, let's rewrite this.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because it's like, and I'm sure, you know, some of you, hopefully a lot of you had to deal with this for Valentine's Day. You know, it's like you end up going to a semi-fancy restaurant or a fancy restaurant, whatever your budget happens to be. But then the fancier the restaurant, usually they'll be like, oh, well, now we have a price fix menu.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you get these options. It's like one of two appetizers, one of two this. And it's just like, yo, I don't want your 7 items. Like, I want to pick my own shit. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
Don't tell me what to eat.
Yeah, so that like really bothers me. I was like, it's going to be like $200 and something a person.
Yeah.
And we don't even get to pick from
Why
the full
do they
menu.
do that?
It's easier.
Because there's going to be so many people.
Yeah, it's easier for the kitchen. It's just like, this is what we're making tonight. You know, boom, 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 boom. I understand it.
They know people are going to get it anyways and eat it.
Yeah, like,
it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah, this is
everybody
what it is.
does dinner.
Yeah, you want to go to? You want to come to this?
So much cooler than you guys.
Yeah, this is why we rule and you drool. Because I looked up reservations for Sunday and it was fucking wide open. Again, another benefit of the fact that it was like the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, we can have dinner at 7, 8. Everybody's going to be stuck to the TV.
Yeah.
You know,
Another perk of dating a man who doesn't care about football. Cha-ching.
I was like, let's go. So I found this restaurant called, I want to say Lavagna. It's like lasagna, but with a V instead of an S. So I'm going to say
Lavagna.
Lavagna. And it was, I don't want to call it a mom and pop, you know, because
I would say
but
hole in the
that's
wall.
just kind of how you.
I would say hole in the wall.
Yeah, it was very small. It's like 13 tables
Yeah.
in this whole restaurant. And the tables aren't, it's not even like they're far apart.
No, you're
you know what I mean?
close.
It's classic.
Literally, my ass was on the other table. I was like, excuse me, sorry. And literally, like my ass is like,
Yeah, when you had to get up.
in their bread platter.
when you had to get up to go and wash your hands, your ass was all over their table. I'm surprised you didn't burn a cheek on their candle. I was like, damn.
Oh my god, yeah, the tables were really close. So that's 13 tight.
You were buttering their bread with your butt.
How embarrassing.
The triple B.
But like we could hear their conversation so clearly,
Yeah.
and I was like, are they on a date or is she out with her gay best friend? Because I'm
Yeah, it
pretty
was
sure he's
weird.
gay.
It was weird.
And then if she doesn't know this,
Because at first I thought it was like a first date.
she's blind.
And then she's blind. and then she got her cane and walked the fuck out. We're like, oh, she is blind. But
he was giving me gay vibes. So
but we're sitting there, and so on one side we have that couple, and then on the other side of us we have a wine wall, right? But on the other side of the wine wall is, I'm assuming, the owner or just
some old man,
on a laptop.
definitely a family member.
Yeah. You know, the classic scene. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like a one-person table. He's got a newspaper and, in this case, now a laptop, and he's watching the game.
Mhm.
So we're eating and doing our thing, and then the halftime show starts,
Yeah. Dun,
and
dun,
all of
dun.
a yeah, and we're just like, oh shit, the halftime show. Like, we knew who was on it, but we were like, oh, we'll watch it later or whatever. But then Eminem comes out and Nadia starts dancing in her seat.
I was rapping.
So, we're trying to like, oh, you know, it's Valentine's dinner. And she's like, you better lose yourself. And I'm like, oh shit.
So romantic. Oh my god. Yeah, that's we didn't watch the halftime show till like way later, till we landed, I think.
What do you mean
think.
till we landed? Oh,
When
you
we
mean
came back
landed
home, I mean, sorry.
Yeah, no, we watched it on my phone in the
okay.
hotel room, but we watched it again when once we
Gotcha.
landed.
Yeah, well, we didn't watch it when it was happening. And we went to dinner and it was great because no one was there. They didn't even care that we were late. It was just
No, yeah, I
Awesome.
even called the restaurant to be like, hey, you know, we're trying to get there. And he's like, just get down here.
Yeah, he's like,
"No, whatever.
tomato.
Come down here.
Yeah, so that dinner was great. We went, you already said, Lavagna. It was delicious. We got all kinds of yummy things. Can't remember off the top of my head, just like octopus and a pasta dish. Omar and I, we like to share everything. It's great. Another reason why I love you so much.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
It's the best because then we just order a whole meal of shit that we both want to try. We just eat it all together.
Yeah.
It's always like family style. It's never like, this is mine. It's great. I love sampling. But anywho, yes, dinner was excellent. The whole ambiance was amazing because, again, it was small, but it was very darkly lit and romantic. And, you know, the walls were old brick. Everything felt old, you know. And another reason why I love going to New York is because even though it's not Europe or as old as Europe, it's pretty close for us, you know.
Yeah, no,
it's got
absolutely.
history and the old buildings are old, and, you know, you get the architecture from the Bowery and the history of the Bowery and the Bowery Boys and that's all based, or like they recreated it in that movie, Gangs of New York. And, it's just, there's a good amount of immigrant history there, which I find really interesting.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, the area that we're at where the Bowery is, it's like in between the villages, right by Soho, the Chinatown. So we were walking pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that it was kind of, it was cold. It was like in the 30s, if you will. So cold for people from Los Angeles, for sure.
For us.
You know what I mean? So the point is, like, we wanted to stay out, but we were like dressed nicely. You know what I mean? And we're like, let's just go back and put on some sweats.
Yeah.
Because it is freezing out here.
Yeah.
So we went back to Hotel Change, whatever, and then met up with our friend Eduardo.
Yeah, Eduardo Ponce. He's a amazing hairstylist and friend of ours, and he was in New York for Fashion Week as well. And he has a friend, Nico, who is also another amazing makeup artist. And he was kind of hanging out with him, staying with him because Nico lives in New York. So we met up with them, and we had a blast.
Yeah.
It was like one of those, where's this night gonna go?
Yeah, it was crazy because he's like, we're right up the street from you guys, just come hang out with us. And I'm like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. And we ended up, I got to give it up to him. The first place we went to was a place called Barcade.
Oh yeah,
Barcade St. Mark's. And it's, I mean, especially people from Los Angeles are probably no strangers to barcades now, and I'm sure they're more popular now than ever. But essentially, it's a bar that's filled with video games.
Yeah.
Usually old-timey, like, stand-up machines. And there were some classics in there. It was like the old Simpsons game and like an old Ninja Turtles game.
You should have took the pictures of them.
I know, but we were drinking and and they were doing that drop challenge or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, I don't know.
Eduardo brought a full-on light in his pocket. He goes, "Oh, do you need lighting?" And then he just like busts out this like battery operated glam light. Yeah. And it's like super strong.
So bright. And he's like, "Oh, you don't know about this challenge?" I'm like, is this a gay thing, man? I don't know. Like, what is this drop challenge? And then they start doing this like choreographed thing. It was hilarious. It was so funny.
Yeah, it was so good.
But we leave there and we're like, we try to go to a couple other bars. But it was closed. I mean, it was a Monday. You know what I'm saying? So we go back to the Bowery Hotel and we're in the Bowery, in the bar, and we see fucking Jason Momoa just chilling at the bar.
Yep. Be still, my heart. My palms are sweating. My knees are weak. There's vomit on my sweater already.
I was like, oh shit, that's Count Drogo. But it was so funny because we see him and I told Nadia, I'm like, fuck, that's Jason Momoa. But he's totally mid-conversation with someone else who later I found out was another actor by the name of Jai Courtney. And I was like, holy shit. I was
also like, not bad to look at.
Yeah, I was like, it'd be cool to go say what's up, but at the same time, I was like, you know what I mean?
I know. We always find that dilemma.
I was just like, man,
be cool. Don't say shit. Leave him alone. He's just
chilling. Like, he doesn't, and we're staying at this hotel, so we're supposed to be here.
I know.
So I'm like, we're supposed to not care. You know what I mean? Hey, we're rich tonight. Like,
we're rich too.
Hey, Jason, we're rich too.
We can stay here. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I really wanted to. I just like feel so stupid and I never know what to say. And then it's like, it just has to be organic to me. I don't know. So we ended up not doing it. So we decided to just sit in the corner and stare at him awkwardly. It was much better that way.
It was so funny because I'm like, oh man, that's cool. He's cool. And Nadia's like, oh my God, he's so sexy or whatever. And Eduardo's like, oh my God, he's so sexy. And Nico's like, oh my God, he's so sexy. I'm like, somebody save me. Like, I was like, these three ladies are about to lose their
mind. Oh, we were about it. It was too much. Too much. But then
that's when we went to the karaoke bar.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for steering me. I'm like, then what did we do?
We went to this place called Sing Sing.
Yeah.
Sing Sing Karaoke, also right there, like that St. Mark's area. And I mean, we were in there till like 4 a.m.
Yeah, we were singing all night long. all night. Did you sing? I don't even know if you sang. Eduardo and I hogged the microphones the whole night.
Well, Eduardo's his whole catchphrase was, "You want to sing a ballad?" Because that dude sang nothing but ballads.
And Nico was so tired of it.
His buddy Nico was not having it. And then you started singing some songs, and then I started queuing up songs to see you sing or whatever. Like I put that Backstreet Boys song on and stuff like that. I sang a Green Day song.
Oh yeah, you did.
And then I sang a song in Spanish or whatever. But mostly I was just drinking.
Yeah.
And just watching you guys do your thing.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing is, so Nico is Eduardo's friend.
Mm-hmm.
He barely met us that night. And then you guys are singing. And at one point, he goes, what does he say? He's like, not to pick sides.
Yeah.
But there's clearly a winner here. And I was like, damn. Eduardo was not happy about that shit.
Because he takes it very serious. He really loves his karaoke. And so do I. And we're both Aries. So we're competitive. But, you know, what are you going to do? I picked all the fun songs and he just wanted to sing like Barbra Streisand and shit. Actually, no, he didn't sing Barbra Streisand. I was thinking of the movie that Star is Born.
Yeah.
But the
Lady Gaga?
Yes,
yeah.
that one. I don't know what it's called.
But when he did his showstopper, remember when he's like, I'm going to do a showstopper? And it was was it Four Non-Blondes? Or...
Yeah. I said, hey. Yeah, we had a blast. It was great. And, you know, you had a full bar and we just had a good night. And then we ended up, we were walking back. Of course, we were hammered and decided we needed to eat something.
Yeah. So here's the funny thing.
Well, we never got our dessert, so I was still craving dessert.
Right. We had some, like you said, we had the octopus and we had a nice pasta dish and we had like a pizza and then we had and then we left. So then we're leaving the karaoke bar.
My pizza pocket.
And Eduardo's like, I'm hungry. Let's go to this place called Ray's Pizza right there on the corner. And Nadia's like, well, I've got pizza. And Nadia reaches into her coat pocket and pulls out the leftover pizza from our dinner that they had wrapped in foil. Because when you said, can I get a box for this? They were like, yeah, sure. And instead of giving you a box, they just wrapped 2 slices in fucking foil like your mom packed a lunch for you. And they didn't even give us a bag or anything. So Nadia was like, fuck it. I had this big coat pocket and you threw it in your pocket. But when we got back to the hotel to change into the sweats, you put the same coat on.
I forgot to take the pizza.
So all of a sudden, Nadia's got a pocket full of pizza.
I got a pocket full of pizza. Yeah, so then Eduardo's like, come on, I'm hungry. Let's go get pizza. And then we're sitting down and I'm like, oh yeah, well, I got my own pizza. And I sat there and ate that cold pocket pizza. My pizza pocket.
But because we hadn't
It had been in there for hours. A common theme of this New York trip.
But because we hadn't eaten dessert.
Understand later.
Because we hadn't eaten dessert, we're like, oh, I'm going to buy this nice slice of cheesecake.
Yeah.
So we're like, all right, cool. So we get this, I don't know what kind of cheesecake.
Why did we even pick that one? It wasn't even good. I mean, it was good.
What are you talking about? It was
chocolate chip.
I don't know that it was chocolate chip. I think it was like an Oreo. Something.
It was.
I don't know.
Nothing I would have normally picked sober.
Yeah, well, we weren't, so fuck it.
Yeah, I remember it being an odd choice.
And it's like, okay, here it is in all its like New York cheesecake glory and whatever. And Nadia knocks it off of the fucking table. She knocked it off the table. Oh my God. I tried to save it on the way down.
I'm sorry.
I'm putting out my hands, putting on my feet. but it hits the ground.
Ugh.
So here's
We all looked at each other too. We were like,
son of a
we
bitch.
were like,
And Eduardo was laughing so hard he was like drooling. It's just like
wait, whose idea was it to pick it up? Mine or yours?
no. So what happened was here, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. All right,
Don't judge
so
us.
it fell, and it fell on what I would call the back of the cheesecake. So the triangle was standing up. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if a slice is a triangle.
Oh, we didn't get any of the crust.
Well, yeah, like
The crust got it.
yeah, it was like, but I think this only had crust on the bottom, which is why I don't want to call it the crust. But basically,
But the crust hit the bottom. I don't remember eating crust.
well, the point is that because it was standing up, like it like fell literally. Like okay, I was like, well, if we just eat all the part that's like standing and not the part that hit the actual ground, we should be okay in fucking New York on in the outdoor patio. So you know
we had a
it was crazy.
Rachel and Chandler moment.
Yeah, we're eating
cheesecake off the ground.
I was like, but I'm picking it up. I'll be damned if I'm gonna lay on the floor and eat this shit. So we pick it up and surgically remove the part that with some inches,
that was on the New York
that it hit the
ground.
New York street. Fuck.
We should
And
get a
you know what? It was
hepatitis
good.
shot.
I know. And then we got hepatitis.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if it was good. I feel like I was so drunk. Wow. I just got a flash into what I probably
But it was
looked
funny
like, and
because
it was not cute.
Because they tell us like, hey, we're going to the karaoke bar, but it's only wine and beer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, no problem. So we get there and they have soju. And
that's what I was drinking.
and like a Japanese drink called Calpico.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, yeah, I'll have that. But somehow you got a vodka Red Bull.
Yeah, how did I get that?
I don't know. And
Eduardo gave it to me.
yeah, he was like, here, it's a vodka Red Bull.
Yeah.
And you had two big ass
Yeah.
like
I was on
plastic
fire.
cups of like a vodka Red Bull.
That's why
So-
Nico thought I was the better choice because I had a lot of
You had
energy
wings?
and I was choosing. Well, I didn't even know if I chose them, but I was singing to fast songs
You
like the
definitely-
Spice Girls.
You definitely brought it up.
He lost his mind when I did that one. He loved it. That was a good one.
But I mean, after our karaoke and our floor cheesecake and all that, we're like, let's go home and crash out. And we wake up the next day and we're like, you know what? It's Valentine's Day. We had like a little bit of room service or whatever. But then we're like, let's go. And we had a lunch reservation
Mm-hmm.
at this Mediterranean spot called Balsam, Balzem.
Or is it Balzen?
It might be Balsam. I don't know. I'm not Mediterranean.
It was good. Well, also another Valentine's Day flex, guys. Do the Valentine. We shouldn't even share this because then we're gonna ruin it for ourselves. Valentine's Day lunch or brunch is awesome. It's so much better than dinner.
Yeah, and I mean, it didn't hurt that it was like a Monday.
Monday. That's true.
It was a Monday morning.
That is true.
So everybody
Everyone
was
was at work.
So a Monday afternoon, I should say. But still, we're like, hey, let's go. And again, we had another amazing lunch right there. We had some more octopus.
Mm-hmm.
These like zucchini pancakes that were so good.
So good. And some
then,
sandwich.
like it was like a ribeye sandwich.
Yeah.
But the octopus and the and
delicious.
the pancakes was where it was at.
Amazing. No one was in this restaurant. They were playing amazing music. They sat us in this little corner that had like, it was like very homey family vibe, but like modern, not like old looking.
But like we were sitting on like cushions.
Yeah,
and
we had
stuff.
cushions. It was just really great vibe. And then the only other people that were in this restaurant, there was one other table, long table, with probably about 5 or 6 models, runway models. So, we had a little entertainment because then we could listen to their conversation.
They were fucking broke.
Why? You're so mean.
I don't, dude, it was
It's
so
true
funny.
though.
We're
They
sitting
don't pay
there
them.
and they're doing like math, the check math. Cause I don't know,
mean,
he
they pay
couldn't
them, but
split
not
it
well.
or something.
Yeah,
And she was like, well, I just had a salad
I know.
and I just had this, so I should only pay this much.
They're so young too.
Right. But then
Yeah, they were doing their little model
at
math.
the end of their big huddle, remember they were all excited because they figured it out?
They were like, "We did it! Yay, guys, we did it!"
That shit was hilarious. But really, really good restaurant.
Yeah.
We also recommend that one. And next door to that was what do you want to call them? A chocolatier?
Yeah, it said bonbons.
Yeah. But there's a store called Stick With Me. And they make these
They're bonbons.
they're bonbons, but they're all hand painted.
Mm-hmm.
And they're beautiful to look at. They look
Mhm.
like marbles. And they have some of these things have like 3 or 4 layers.
Yeah.
When you cut them in half. I mean, amazing sweets.
Yeah, like really
good.
interesting flavors. Peanut butter and jelly. They had like some bourbon.
It was like a
something or
bourbon
whatever.
caramel something.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah. So, and they had like a New York City one. What was that? It had like pretzel in it. Did you get that one?
Yeah, it was the New York. Because I was like,
New
all
York,
right,
yeah.
I'll get it. Whatever.
When in New York. Yeah. So that's a good spot because then you can get a little dessert right next door. Again, Balsam, and then what was the name of the little?
Stick With Me.
Stick With Me. Yeah, both really delicious, and that's a really good gift. Also, like a souvenir, a gift to give to somebody, or those because they come in this really cute little box, that looks like a storybook. So
Mhm.
everything is just ornate and really, their attention to detail is really really amazing. So yeah, so then we did that, and then we went and glammed Nas, got her ready for dinner, and then we had a romantic evening out with Eduardo.
Yeah. So because they were glamming Nas, he was like, well, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
We're like, well, we kind of technically already did our Valentine's Day
Yeah.
plans. So
We're down.
if you want to hang. And he was like, all right, cool. And pretty much the rest of my night was this.
That's his
pretty much
favorite.
what hanging out with Eduardo's
It's
like.
so hilarious. I love that. He does that one, and then he always does. Wait, what was the other?
It was it Nicki Minaj
Oh yeah.
or something?
Wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah, he was doing that too.
But he just says them all the time. Like he slips it in for everything. And then the other one he says now, he goes, barely.
Yeah. So we were like, yeah, man, let's hang out, whatever. Because I was like, you know New York better than I know, or we know New York, so take us somewhere. You know what I mean? And he took us to, he was like, well, I know this speakeasy. Like, you guys are really going to dig it. And he took us to this place called Angel's Share.
Yeah.
And it is, as speakeasies tend to be,
Right.
it was hidden behind a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah. Well, you go, I don't even remember seeing a sign, but the Chinese restaurant, you go up these like narrow flight of stairs, and then there's a Chinese restaurant up top. And then inside that Chinese restaurant, there's these like big door, and the door goes into a speakeasy. With the speakeasy is just like this long corridor bar with the windows of the building on one side and then the bar on the other. It's just this long, really dark, it's a speakeasy. So it's got that, hidden, sneaky, members only vibe.
Yeah. And it was
I love those spots.
and it was funny because we get there and there's like a line of people on the stairs.
Yeah.
And the guy comes out and he goes, okay, it's going to be like 30 to 45 minutes. And we're like, fuck it. Let's stay. Why not? So we decide to stay. And then a couple walks up, stands behind us, as they should. It's a line. And then all of a sudden, the female of the group, she goes, oh, wait a minute. You guys aren't the door guys?
No, she said the doorman.
The doorman. And we're like, what are you talking? There's 3 of us.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck hires 3 doormen?
Yeah.
Like, but we were like, no. So she just walked inside.
Yeah, it was so rude.
And Nadia was like, what the fuck? And I remember I could see it like bothering her. Like I could see
Me
you
and
were,
Eduardo.
Yeah, you guys were like,
we were bothered. We were
"What?"
like, what, bitch? Zorman? What?
But then it seemed
And then
like,
you're just going to walk right past us?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it seemed like you were more upset that they walked right past us, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then all of a sudden another couple shows up and they see us standing in line and they're like, whatever, and they walk inside.
Yeah, they just don't even say shit to us, walk right past us. And like, kind of in all fairness, like the line, we were kind of stepped to the side of the door, but it's neither here nor there. Like we were waiting to get in.
Yeah.
And she passes us, opens the door, and they barge in. It was like real hasty. They barge in. And I'm like, oh, hell no. So I'm giving her a little time. I'm like, okay, maybe they're meeting somebody. Like, let's just give
Benefit
it a
of the doubt.
moment.
For sure.
So then the moment passes and I open the door and I'm like, what's happening? So then I see her and him and they're like looking around, you know, trying to see if they can spot anyone they know. And she's like, do you know anyone? Do you know anyone? He's like, I don't know. I don't see anyone, babe. And then, and then I'm like, oh, are you guys here? Are you guys meeting up with somebody? And she was like, no. And I was like, oh, well, there's a line. And then she's like, oh yeah, we're getting in it. Like gives me attitude.
Right.
And I go, okay, well, we've been here waiting, so you can get behind us. And then there was like a slight pause. And I'm like, because that's usually how it works. And her face, she was flabbergasted that I spoke to her like this. Her jaw dropped. Mind you, she was like a 20-something, like little blonde white girl. And she was like,
Yeah, it was crazy.
like she was shocked that I said this to her. And I was like super calm. I wasn't trying to fight with her or anything. I was just trying to let her know, hey, we're here. You can stand right there. Thank you very much. So then her boyfriend, she avoids me. She like looks away and she like looks so uncomfortable. Like I'm going to like attack her or something. It was so funny. So then she stands to the side and then I hear her boyfriend go, I think we got to pay the door guy. And we're like, we're the only people in front of you.
Like,
What are you going to give him $20?
like go for it.
Come
dude.
on. So you can cut one group of people, one table. It was just,
Yeah.
there were pockets of New York where you could see the little stuffy, rich kid, privileged.
Mm-hmm.
And that place was kind of like that.
Yeah.
But it was still a really, really cool vibe regardless. And I'm just also a firm believer of like, I can override that vibe and create my own vibe. So I'll be like,
absolutely.
yeah, you guys are whack, but this place is cool and this drink is tight and I'm going to have a good time. Like,
And this place had incredibly ornate drinks.
yeah.
Like it was, I mean, you're going to be paying like $19.
What do they
for
call
a
it? Is that
drink
like
or
a
whatever.
craft cocktail?
Yeah, they're craft
Handcrafted?
cocktails. It was funny because I actually took a picture of the menu
Mm-hmm.
so that we knew, what it is that we ordered.
Yeah.
And Nadia ordered a drink called Lush Life, and this was
That was
it was
good.
basically a coffee drink. But when you look at the ingredients, like you're like, what the fuck is this? Like your drink consisted of Novo Fogo,
No clue.
Gameldansk,
No clue.
creme de banana, dates, maple, and espresso.
Yeah. So I read that and I was like, okay, sweet banana coffee.
Yeah, you're like done.
Let's do it.
Yeah, and
I don't know what
I'll
the
tell you this:
F is.
Novo Fogo is I want to say it's Brazilian liquor called
Okay.
cachaça,
Oh, that's right.
which is like
You did tell
it's
me
kind
that.
of like their rum. If
Yeah,
you
yeah.
will. You know what I mean? And then the other one is like some kind of herbal liqueur or whatever.
Mhm.
But they served it to her as if it was a hot cup of high tea.
Yeah, it was
like a
so
super
cute.
ornate, coffee cup, teacup, whatever, with a saucer with a little gold lining. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The filigree and stuff.
Yeah, it was
That
beautiful.
was really good. My drink was called Smoke Gets in Your Eyes.
Mhm.
And I ordered it because it said Maker's Mark. And I was like, okay, bourbon. Like,
Yeah.
give me that. But it has a bunch of other stuff again. What is this like? What is that? Kochi?
Yeah, Kochi Barola.
It came with some coochie. It was Maker's Mark and some coochie
I hate you.
and some sherry and some other junk.
Yeah.
But they basically brought me a like a wine, almost like a stemless wine glass,
Mhm.
right? Or a short stemmed wine glass filled with smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And then they poured the drink into the smoke, and they're just like, whatever, hey,
So it just makes the drink smoky? Like it
Well,
infuses it with the smokiness?
Well, once the smoke was gone, right? Because that first drink was like literally putting my like nose in a forest fire or some shit. You know what I mean? It was like very, very smoky.
You probably liked it.
I did. I can't lie. The shit was delicious.
You pirate.
But after that, the smoke, I guess the smell of the smoke, it's almost like it lines the glass. So it's still in there, although you're not inhaling any smoke when you're drinking it. But really, I mean, they were both. I remember tasting yours, and it was really, really good.
Yeah, it was.
So
really, what did Eduardo get?
You know what? I don't remember
His
what
was
he got,
good too.
but his was good too. But yeah, it was. I think he got like, I don't know. I can't remember now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna try.
But yeah, it's a really cool little hidden speakeasy, cool drinks. It's like an impressive place, I think, to take a woman to. Like, if you're like taking her out on a date in New York, or like you're just like, hey, I'm gonna take you to this bar, and then you bust up in there. Like, it's a sexy spot, you know?
Yeah.
The seating, it's like those little low stools, like a tea house kind of seating vibe kind of thing. So it's a really cool vibe. Angel Share. It's a bit hidden. I don't even know where we were.
And we're not going
to Lower
give you the
East
password.
Side? I don't even know. I have no idea. Anyways, check it out if you guys want to check that out. Then what did we do after?
Well, we walked out of there, and Eduardo's like, let's get a hamburger.
Yeah.
I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, let's get a burger.
Well, we just wanted food.
And we're like, all right, let's just get something.
Yeah.
And we went to this place called Paul's Da Burger Joint.
Yeah.
Paul's Da Burger Joint, established in 1989.
Mm-hmm.
And it had all this like best burger in New York type shit.
Of course.
You know what I mean? We're
They
like, all
always
right,
say
cool.
that.
So we ordered our hamburgers, and the stuff that was on them was good, but the meat had zero seasoning.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because we came in, we were like their last customers.
They didn't give a shit.
And they're just like, just slap some fucking meat on the grill for these guys. Like,
they're drunk anyway.
yeah. I was like, but there's like no seasoning on the meat, and that's a travesty right there.
Yeah. Remember we were like trying to decide if we liked it. You're like, it's good. Yours was a lot better because you got a blue cheese bacon, and the blue cheese gives it salt. And I had like a classic. I just went for a classic with cheddar. And it just, I was like, it's good, but the meat tastes like nothing. Like, can you put some salt on it? My God. So Paul's Da Burgers, what is it?
Yeah.
Paul's
Da Burger Joint.
Da Burger Joint. You don't have the world's best hamburger or New York's best hamburger or whoever you want to claim's best hamburger.
That's very, very true.
So don't trust those signs.
I know. But before we had called it a night, Eduardo had mentioned that there was a bar in, obviously in New York, that was decorated in Christmas, like decorations.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, it's Christmas 24/7 in there. He goes, but it's really hard to get in, but we should try tomorrow. And I was like, well, look, it opens at noon. If we show up at noon, we'll get to see it, and then you guys still have to glam Nas and whatever for their show. So we have enough time to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, all right. So we got up early, ish, and decided to go. But
You forgot about our nightcap.
oh, you're right. Second Jason Momoa sighting.
Yeah. Yeah. Before we called it a night, we ditched Eduardo and went for more drinks in the bar. And we drank and we drank and we drank. And we sat in the corner and judged everyone. No, just kidding. But we talked shit for sure. That's when we had our second Jason Momoa spotting in the lobby area. He was sitting by the fireplace in a wife beater, just as you would imagine.
And it was like
A muscle
27
tank.
degrees outside. Of course, all the fires and stuff are on, and the heat's on in the hotel. That's for damn sure.
Oh my God. Our floor was blazing
Yeah,
hot.
It was hot.
It was so hot in our hotel that Omar and I slept with the window open. and
Yeah.
it was snowing. Okay, that's how
Just
hot
to-
it was.
Just to level out the
Yeah,
temperature.
exactly. It was so hot. But anyway, so we sat in the corner and we just kept drinking, and Nas had hit us because Miguel ended up taking her to Carbone, which is, I don't know, apparently a really amazing, top of the line, I guess Italian, I would assume,
Yeah, I think so.
restaurant. Yeah. And she sends us this picture or video of all these leftovers that they have. And when I say leftovers, I mean like this is a whole nother meal. Like,
Yeah, I was like, why
Like
did you even
two-
order this
two
much
other-
stuff?
yeah. He was like, I want this and I want this and I want this.
Yeah.
Give her everything.
Yeah. So she sends us this video. She's like, do you guys want any of these leftovers?
Yeah.
And we're like, well, not really. But in the video, there was a piece of cake.
Speak for yourself.
Well, there was a piece of like cheesecake. And I was like, you know what?
Yes.
Let's have some
Just wrap it
cheesecake redemption. Bring it on back.
Yeah.
So they made it back before we had made it back to the hotel, and they were in their room. But we got stuck staring at Jason Momoa.
Yeah, Nas
again.
texts me. She's like, hey, I have the leftovers for you if you want to come get them. And I was like, we can't come right now. We're staring at Jason Momoa. So give
And-
us
And
a few
here's-
hours.
And here's the thing about that is that when I started growing my hair during COVID, I stopped cutting my hair, I should say. One day I went over to my mom's house, and I had it in a ponytail.
It
And
was
remember,
all pulled back, all
and she was
slick.
like, "Oh."
She's like, you look so handsome, like Aquaman.
So this is like months ago. We're just laughing. So we finally see Jason Momoa, and instead of talking to him, we decide to just come up with scenarios of shit that we would say. Remember?
I dared you.
Yeah, and you're like, I dare you to go up and be like, hi, Jason. My mom says I look like you. Like, imagine how embarrassing that would be.
I would film it.
My mom says that I look like you. You want to take a picture?
Jason, my mom says I look like you.
All of a sudden, I turn into that kid Miguel from Coco. And sometimes I run like this. And sometimes I run like this.
And sometimes I wear a bun, and sometimes I wear a ponytail. Yeah, it was great. We were just coming up with all kinds of stupid
My mom
shit.
says I look like you.
And we were watching all the other people get like all goo goo gaga over Jason, as you know.
And it was
It
funny
was like a
because,
table of women across the way.
oh yeah, they were losing their
Googling.
mind. So finally, one of them like interrupts him basically and goes, "Hey, what's up?" Whatever. And
She was
doing
like, "Remember me?
it. "Yeah," and he was like,
I-
"No."
I saw you yesterday."
Yeah, like, he's like, "I don't remember people that see me."
And then his reaction, remember, he was like, "Oh shit,
Like,
what's up?"
yeah,
Like he knew her.
My bad. Yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
And then he gave her a hug.
Yeah.
And then then she introduced her friends to him and everything.
Yeah.
And then it was like a quick, awkward interaction. And then he left. And then she turned to her friends and she was like with her middle finger.
Like,
where
fuck
she's
you
like,
guys.
fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. See, I told you I knew him. Or some shit like that.
That shit validated all of my feelings of not going up to somebody. I was like, that was the most awkward, horrible shit I've seen. Like, have some respect.
Have some respect.
Just respect yourself. Like, what are you doing?
Oh my God.
But because we were sitting there drinking, having a good time, we never went up for the leftovers.
Yeah.
And Nas was like, hey.
I actually forgot about them.
And Nas was like, well, I left them on the door. Like, she left it hanging in the door in the
Yeah.
hallway.
Yep.
So we finally we're going up. It's like 2 hours later or whatever. And I'm like, oh shit, Nas left that stuff. We should just grab it. We'll throw it away in our room or whatever. No, we get home, we start pulling the
Not
stuff
us.
out. And it's like, oh, okay, this is like some little I don't know.
Veal.
Well, yeah, the veal was the second thing I pull out. And I pulled out the cheesecake.
I didn't.
And I was like, all right, cool. And then I pull out this container and we open it and it's got two of the fattest prawns I've ever seen in my life.
Ever seen it.
Like head on, everything. Like,
Ever.
this thing was probably cooked in butter and just, it looked amazing.
It looked like a mini lobster. My eyes were popping out of my head. They were just the juiciest, largest, plumpest prawns you've ever seen in your life. And I just had to dig my teeth into that.
Nadia literally goes,
I didn't even
fuck it,
care.
I'm eating it.
I said, I gotta do this.
Yeah, that's what it was. Fuck it, I gotta do this. And I was like, what? And she grabbed it and bit that shit in half.
I had to eat it. I had to know. And it was insane. It was so good. Not the right room temperature, but
Yeah,
delicious.
We were just like, yo, this prawn has been in the hallway for like 2 hours. Sweating just. And I was like, well, fuck it. If you're doing it, I'm doing it. I'll go to the hospital with you, babe. Whatever.
Know.
So it was delicious.
It really was.
I'm so embarrassed of myself.
No.
It was so good.
I regret nothing. My stomach did ache slightly the next day. It was like fighting it. It was like, it could take a turn, but it's not going to because I have my father's stomach and he can eat mold. So we're good.
Enjoy your room temperature shrimp.
I can't believe I did that.
Yeah, that was
a
pretty
low
funny.
moment. It was a moment where we're like, we're never telling anyone about this. Agreed? And they're like, guess what, guys?
Guess what we did? We're a bunch of trash people.
Because I just like share the things that...
Whatever. We came out of it alive and it was delicious. So, oh well.
We regret nothing.
I know.
Okay.
But the next day we do go to this bar that we're talking about. It's called Rolf's. Well, I don't know if it's, I guess it's a
We
bar.
rolfed the
But
next
we
day.
rolfed after eating that shrimp at that prawn. We rolfed all night. No, we went to this place called Rolf's German Restaurant. Okay, so this place was as advertised. It was the second you walked in there was covered in Christmas decorations. It looked like you fell into a
It
tree.
was so magical. Absolutely magical. Yeah, it was mostly like gold, silver, and red. Like it was like not all different colors. It was just very specific. A lot of balls, a lot of hanging lights, icicle lights. I mean, I posted a video to my story. I can dig it up and post it again. But it is definitely a really cool place to check out, especially if you're a Christmas fanatic like me and Eduardo. Because actually, Eduardo's the one. He basically told us all the places to go to. Damn near a whole trip, except for the places you planned for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Because
And it really worked out.
it did, because you and I were like, we weren't sure. We didn't make any plans. This was a very lax getaway for us to just get back out there again and see some cool shit and have a good time, eat good things. And we just didn't plan, it wasn't like I really didn't even take that many pictures and video, which I'm kind of pissed about, but
I mean, that's our curse. Like
I know
we've been saying it from the beginning. We're like, we want to have so many more images and videos and stuff like that, but we just live in the moment.
we live in the moment.
And then like to retell the memory of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, hey, sorry, we're having a good time. You know what I mean? And
it is a much better way to live, to be honest.
And sometimes I feel like when they're so concentrated on taking the photo or
getting the content,
it's more to be like, look where I'm at and you're not.
Yeah.
And that's not really kind of the vibe that we're pushing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It wasn't like, look what we did and you didn't. Haha, we're better than you. It was like, yo, look how lucky we are that we made it here. And this is the crazy shit that happened to us.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. I find like it's much more fun.
We're just living. We're just living.
And then the next day was kind of our final like full day.
We also went to the Harry Potter store.
Oh no! Oh yeah! You know what? I'm sorry. That was that same day we went to the Harry Potter store.
Okay, wait, but rewind back to the Christmas, the Rolfs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Magical place. Definitely check it out. Don't eat the food. Definitely not worth it. And it's crazy because everyone we talk to who knows of this place is like, you guys got in? How did you get in so easy? Every time we try to go, there's a line wrapped around the block to get into this place. Right? And it's just all hype because of the decor, because it's a spectacle. You know what I mean? And it does make you feel the fuzzy feelings you get during Christmas, if you're a person who gets those kind of feelings, like myself, you feel them sitting in this restaurant. So you're just, they captured Christmas and put it in a restaurant. And you're just like, I need some hot tea. Like, it's great. But the food, and it has nothing to do with the fact that it's German, because Omar and I went to a German restaurant for his birthday and it was excellent. It was just it felt like they weren't even trying. Like, it was just, here you go. Here's some sausage and sauerkraut. Come and see our Christmas decor. Like, it just didn't feel like there was any love in that food.
Yeah. And it looked like they had some Christmassy cocktails, but we were like, look, we'll have a glass of wine, you know what I mean, while we're eating this, what I thought was going to be like an appetizer sampler of just like a couple sausages, whatever.
We did fuck it up, though. Here I am talking shit.
I mean, yeah, but I think we
eat everything.
We're hungry and we don't throw away food.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? Shit, we'll eat it out of our pocket. But the guy gave us the biggest wine glasses. Like, you know, I mean, as far as like filled.
Heavy pour.
I was like, yo, I think we just crushed a bottle of wine.
Yeah, it was at least 2 glasses. Yep. It was crazy. And then like, we just ordered some sausage platter because we're like, well, we're hungry. We're here. Let's just eat it. And the bill comes and we're like, $50.
Yeah, just for the platter itself.
4 sausages and some mashed potatoes.
Yeah, I was like, and then the 2 glasses of wine. I'm like, yo, what is this place?
What is this place?
I was like, damn.
Yeah, if you're able to check it out, maybe just go for a cocktail. They did have a lot of really cute signature cocktails that were very kind of Christmas vibes that we didn't choose because we're stupid. We should have just done that and called it a day, but whatever.
We blew it.
But we live to tell you that the food is not great and to save your money. You're welcome. But so that happened, and then before that we went to the Harry Potter store because again, we didn't have much planned. We didn't know what else to do. You're like, want to go check out the Harry Potter store?
Yeah,
sure, why not?
I was like,
probably like Universal, but let's see what other merch they got.
We've been I've been to like Universal, both Universals.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm not gonna want to buy anything there.
Yeah,
I was like, but let me just go see how they have it decorated.
Exactly,
you know what I mean? I was like, because and it was
did not disappoint.
Very cool.
It was
like,
really
they had like
cool.
a snake that was like coming through the ceiling.
That was like the Slytherin corner. Did you notice that?
Yeah,
all the green tiles. That
was fucking dope.
That shit was really cool.
Yeah, like decorations wise, it was great.
Yeah.
And we're walking around and Nadia's like, oh, they have ornaments. Nadia's like, Nadia loves fucking ornaments. So
I like collecting ornaments from places or memories. Like, I like them to have meaning and attachment and a story. I would get rid of all the generic ones and just have only those, but I don't have enough of those. So we need the balls to fill up the space.
What a first world problem.
Anyways, I like to collect memories. So shoot me, sue me, whatever.
Shoot me and then sue me. Like, I'm emotionally distraught from having to shoot you. So now I'm going to sue your ass.
Man, that's the biggest F you ever.
But we're walking around and Nadia's like, oh, look at this. And she's showing me these ornaments. And one of them happens to be a wand. And if you're familiar with the Harry Potter movie, it's not just any wand. It's the Elder Wand.
The most powerful wand in the universe.
So she's like, look at this ornament. It's so cool. And I grab it.
It was like gold plated.
Yeah.
Very ornate, gorgeous.
And I grabbed it and it fucking snaps in my fingers.
He literally is like, I was like, I want to get this one. Oh, this one. I was like, are you serious right now? It was the last one in the whole store.
So, of course, really, really quickly, I put it back. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, somebody else is going to.
We both were like,
yeah. Like time stopped. I was like, oh shit, I just broke the Elder Wand.
Like it was real. We really were shocked. We gasped in the Harry Potter store.
But yeah, we had to get a little bit of nerd shit in. while we were out there. You know what I mean? And that store was, like I said, it was decorated really cool. They did sell a lot more stuff than I thought.
They did. It was 2 stories. They had a lot
crazy.
more stuff. It was cool. It was cool. Something to check out if you're there.
And I don't know. I mean, I wish that we could have, because I thought it was so cool. I was like, look, the store's here, and then the Flatiron Building, which is that, like,
yeah.
you know, that's famous building. I was like, we'll be able to see it, like whatever. We'll just say we saw it. But then
I've seen it already.
Right. But I was like, I'm just trying to add shit to this walk.
Well, there it is.
Yeah, I was like, hey, we saw that too. Like, great. And then shit was covered in scaffolding, so we didn't see anything. But,
yeah, I couldn't see shit.
But that day was the day of the Michael Kors show. And due to COVID protocols, we weren't allowed to go.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, Nadia and Eduardo glammed. You know, they glammed it up. They did what they had to do, work their magic on Nas.
But
She looked amazing,
remember
of
we had a
course.
special guest during Glam? So Eduardo was pet sitting for a famous blonde that rhymes with Jairus Jilton.
Jairus. So Jairus Jilton's dog was hanging out with us.
Yeah. So we got to hang out with Diamond. So he was like helping her deliver the dog back or whatever. So he was dog sitting and we had to glam. So he brought her over and she is so cute. We put like a weave on her. It was just so cute.
And she's I guess what do they call them? Applehead Chihuahuas?
Applehead Chihuahuas. Yeah. She was tiny.
Tiny dog, lumpy ass head.
She wanted to be on us the whole time. She was so cute.
Yeah. But she had on this fluffy pink thing.
I think it was like Chanel or something.
My God.
Her dogs wear designer clothing. Yeah.
He had a bag with him. And I was like, what is this? And, you know, he was like, oh, those are her outfits. And I was like, what? And he opens his bag up. And he started showing me all these outfits, and everything he's pulling out is designer. It's like, and they're all like dog sweaters or dog whatever clothing. And it's like, I'm so mad because it was like he's pulling this shit up, and I was like, oh, this is Fendi, and this is Dior, and this is you know like Louis, and I was just like,
of course, you've seen it. She posts that shit.
Yeah, I was like, this dog's got Fendi and Louis, and I'm sitting there in head to toe Zara.
I mean, that's like,
I'm like, this dog is living a better life than me.
Head to toe Zara. That's like Desi though, Brian's dog.
Yeah,
she wears Gucci sweaters and
it was
shades.
So funny.
It's so cute.
But that was cool. I mean, you know, we didn't get to hang out with Jairus, but we got to hang out with Jairus's dog.
Oh my God. So what else did we do? So that was pretty much it. We glammed her and then what was that night?
Well, we ended up
that's the night we all hung out together.
2 hours or something like that.
No, it's like 15 minutes.
But I mean, he was
gone for
like 2 hours.
Yeah.
So he's like, yo, meet us at this place or whatever, and we're gonna have some dinner. And we were like, yeah, cool. And we ended up getting we went to a restaurant, but it was kind of wide open, and we're like, yo, there was a lot of us because it was like Miguel, his band, you know what I mean, us, Nas, obviously Eduardo. Like it was just like, let's go somewhere that they have a private room.
Mm-hmm.
And we ended up going to this place called Cafeteria,
mm-hmm.
which a lot of people from New York are like, oh, I remember that.
Yeah,
so
they all had like this like
everybody had like some drunk ass story.
I've been there since forever.
Like I got trashed at that place. Yeah, I got this, or the food's amazing. We're like, all right, cool. So we went. We had a really good time. But I ordered something because the food was fine, but it wasn't anything to like write home about. You know what I mean? It was very standard fare. But whatever my dish was, I think I got like a steak or something. But it came with these chickpea fries.
Well, you didn't know they were chickpeas.
I didn't. I thought they were just French fries.
Yeah.
And I cut a little piece of this thing, and it was like I don't know,
It was like a puree,
it felt like a potato puree, but like
but creamy with like cheese in it.
super creamy on the inside, but very crispy and like clearly fried
It was delicious
on the outside. It was amazing. I kept passing it around everybody. I was like, hey,
everybody ate your
everybody
fries.
has some of this.
They were big too, like steak
Yeah, it was
fry
like
size.
two little bricks.
It was one of the craziest things I've ever tried because it's always weird when your mind thinks you're going to bite into something like a fry that has a certain consistency and then it's this creamy thing. You don't know what the flavor is and you're just like, my mind is exploding.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was really good. I wonder, I'm going to look that up on Pinterest.
On how to make chickpea
Yeah,
fries.
let's see. Let's see if they have it. Yeah, everything we ordered was good.
Yeah.
I mean, cool vibe.
Very cool vibe.
I think it's open late.
Mm-hmm.
But then afterwards, we all hopped in the bus and we tried to get to the karaoke spot because we were hyping it up and we're like, we got to go hit up Sing Sing. We had a great time, blah, blah, blah. We show up and they won't let us in. It's closed. And we're like, no.
We're like, we were here till 4 a.m. the
Yeah.
other day, and they were like, nah, it's closed.
Yeah. We were here on a Monday night at 4 in the
Sunday.
morning. Oh,
Well, I guess Monday.
Oh, yeah,
Monday
yeah.
morning.
Monday morning. Yeah,
But
you're
yeah.
right.
So we ended
Whatever.
up going back to the hotel bar again, see if Jason was there.
That would have been our chance.
That would have been fun. Yeah.
Because he would have said, maybe him and Miguel would have spoken, or we would have been like, Miguel, go talk to him.
Go say what's up to Jason.
Tell him to come over here.
Tell him my mom says I look like him. But we stayed up basically all night till there was like nobody in the bar, just drinking.
Literally,
hanging
they
out.
were like shutting the lights off and we're just sitting by the fireplace talking, which was great. I loved it. It was good to catch up. We have some friends that live in New York, Nicole and Kelsey. Shout outs to them. They're recently engaged. So we got to meet up with them and celebrate with them and catch up. And, in the end, that's all we really want to do is hang out with each other.
Yeah.
We just have a good time. Like we're blessed with a really amazing family and a really amazing close knit of friends. And at the end, no matter where we go, we end up just wanting to hang out with each other in a big room.
Yeah, seriously.
It's like, give us space, give us drinks. We'll make the rest work.
Yeah. As long as it's the same group of people, it doesn't matter where we're at.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the next morning, we had to get to the airport, right? And we're like, look, we have X amount of time before the car comes to pick us up. So I remember we went outside, we smoked a joint, and then we're like, before we leave, we got to go get a bagel.
Yeah.
Or we got to get some kind of breakfast or some shit. But I was thinking bagel. And again, because we don't really know New York and we don't know the history of certain places or whatever, I just picked the place. I was like, this place looks like it's got good reviews.
Yeah.
It's got a weird name. It's called Russ and Daughters or some shit. Let's go.
Yeah.
And we end up going to this place and it's called Russ and Daughters Appetizers.
Mm-hmm.
And it ends up being like a New York City, like iconic.
Yeah. Over 100-year establishment.
Yeah. This thing has been open since, what did it say?
down.
Like
1903.
1904, something like that. And it was, definitely like a real small spot. And obviously they sold bagels and they had just like these deli counters or deli windows filled with just fish.
Yeah. Smoked fish.
So it was all just like, wow, anything you could put on a bagel that's, I guess
Not
you could say
meat.
fish related because
Yeah.
there wasn't any like
kosher.
but it was amazing. And I was like, okay, I want an everything bagel. And I read cream cheese with onions.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I want some of that onion cream cheese, but it ended up being olive cream cheese.
Oh, you thought it was onion?
I thought it was fucking onion.
Interesting.
And then when he gave it to me, and I was like, all right, cool. And I opened the bagel up. I was like, what the hell are all these green things? I was like, oh, this shit is olives.
I was surprised you got that because normally you don't really like olives.
Well, I do like olives, but like I'm not a big tapenade fan.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, it's all good. But this,
it was so good.
oh man, it was
Yeah.
amazing. And Nadia got, bagels and lox and capers and
Yeah. It was delicious.
So good.
Really good. definitely recommend checking out that spot. It just, even the look of it, it's just your neighborhood Jewish deli where they have amazing lox and bagels. Like,
Yeah.
and it's been there forever. And Omar and I were getting a kick out of being in line and just listening to this little old Jewish lady argue with the guy behind the counter. And she was just like, do they have the bigger containers? Like, I've been coming here forever. They always give us the bigger containers. And then he's like, well, I've been working here forever and we haven't done that in years. And she's like, do you know how long I've been here? And he's like, no, how long? She's like, 20 years. And he's like, well, I've been here for 30 years.
Yeah, it was like a total thing.
It was the whole man. Omar and I are just standing there listening to
I was like, yo, this lady's, they're giving each other the business.
It was great.
I was like, this is New York right here.
The real New York. It was great.
But it's cool when you end up stumbling into places that end up being like, big shit for people. Like, the downside is that when you run into these places and don't know the history of the places.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that, yeah.
You end up maybe not trying enough stuff or not. It doesn't hit you with the same gravitas.
There's no impact.
It's not like, oh, I made it to this place. You're just like, oh, I had this cool little fucking deli and it was delicious. And they're like, are you kidding me? That place has been open since 19. I was like, oh, fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think if we knew, we definitely probably would have gotten like some latkes or some I might have gotten a bialy and a bagel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we would have gotten more shit and then felt like fat fucks.
But it worked.
But then we did end up getting a freaking dollar slice.
Oh yeah, I was like,
also,
shit. There's a
next
dollar
door,
slice.
We
pizza.
gotta get a slice. We can't leave New York without getting a slice.
Like, here, Nadia, put this in your pocket.
Yeah, because the pizza that we had at the restaurant was more of like a
it was like a wood fired, like artisanal, like pizza that was very, very good,
delicious. It had mushrooms and truffle. It was delicious,
so good.
But we didn't have like a real New York slice.
So I was like, before we go, like, fuck it, we're gonna eat this slice of pizza.
Yeah, and it was good. And then I got, while we were paying for the bagels, I was looking at the drinks and I saw this random like soda bottle, but it said espresso on it. And I was like,
espresso soda.
And I was like, what is this? And the bottle was really cool looking. Like, it had a real old timey logo on it and shit. And so I was like, let's try this. Man, that was delicious. One of the best sodas I've ever had. It was wow.
Yeah, it was a really good trip.
I don't remember the name of it, but it was wow.
Yeah, and you know what? That's the thing is, I'm not really a big New York guy. The other times I've been there, I haven't necessarily enjoyed it. I mean, I always have a good time, but I'm always like, I don't see what the big fucking deal is like, with this place. But it's been because the last couple times I've been there, definitely the one that sticks out the most was one where I hung out just basically in the Times Square area.
Oh.
And I was just like, this just sucks. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
But this trip,
that's too
like
touristy.
I said, we were down on, the east side, like Lower East Side and the villages and stuff. And it was totally, everything was walkable, obviously. Everybody always says that. Everybody's walking anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like anywhere you'd go, you'd find like really good food or
exactly
like, just cool shit to look like.
There's a bar. There's a 24-hour pizza spot.
So this place really changed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This trip.
Yeah, this trip really changed like my perception of having a good time.
Good.
Out there. And we're very lucky that we got to go, and very lucky that you guys are listening to us talk about it. And you know what? That's actually going to wrap up the episode for us.
Oh, you're done with it?
I mean, do you have some other stuff to say?
I mean, you don't want to talk about how those people were really pushy trying to get up on the plane? Dang.
Oh, you know what?
Hour and a half?
Yeah.
Ooh,
see,
she thick.
She
a thick show.
Any other shit like that was just me bitching about, being on a plane and at the airport. Like, people cannot wait to jump on this fucking plane and just sit down. Like, it was crazy. Like, they're boarding. You've got your stupid like letter or assignment, of when your group is boarding. So it's like, why are you crowding? Why are you crowding this shit?
Yeah.
It's not your time to go.
Exactly.
And we're standing there, and there's this lady that's like pushing in front of me and like trying to get on the plane.
I couldn't be where you were because her and her friend wouldn't let me in.
Yeah.
I was just like, what is happening right now?
And I remember like she bumped into me and I was like, no, I was like, please, by all means, it's not like your seats are assigned or anything. You know what I mean?
No. Did you see the look on her face after you said that?
No.
She looked embarrassed.
Yeah, it was just like,
what the
fuck are you doing?
It looked like she was like, oh, yeah, you're right. I look stupid.
Yeah, like this shit isn't a Southwest flight to Vegas. Like, you picked your fucking seat. Like, it's gonna be there.
The only reason I can ever come up with a reason to try to not be last to board on a plane is only if you have a carry-on and you need that space up there, and you're not trying to check in your luggage last minute.
Right, but they'll usually give that announcement like, hey, there's a chance we'll have to take some of your luggage with, what do they call it, like where they have to
they just check it in.
Thank you.
Yeah, but it was just so funny though when you said that, 'cause I died of laughter. And her face, she was so uncomfortable. She was like, oh, I'm stupid. It was just so funny. And then the guy sitting next to us was like, I want to say they were Middle Eastern. He was like ready to get on this flight. And the wife was like trying to like, she's like, calm down, like relax. And he was just like, are we next? Are we next? He goes up to the gate guy. And what does he ask him? He shows him the ticket.
Yeah. He's like, no,
are we boarding?
He's like, no, you're like group 4. Like, relax. It reminds me of a commercial where it talks about people turning into their parents. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry, when is this flight boarding? And they're like, 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, calm down, sir. Yeah.
And so they were speaking a different language. That's why I didn't know where they were from. So we didn't understand what they were saying, but we knew what they were saying. Like, it was so funny. It's funny when like, we don't need to speak the same language. I know exactly what you're telling your husband right now.
Yeah, he's telling his wife, he's like, what the fuck? They won't let us go. And she's like, calm down. Like, and he's like, no, I'm not going to calm down. I'm trying to get on this flight.
It was entertaining the shit out of us. We were cracking up with this like scrouchety old man. He was just...
Scrouchety? That's a new word.
He was scrouchety. He was.
Scrouchety old man. Yep. That's amazing. Oh my God.
But yeah, needless to say, we had a great time, a great Valentine's Day. And it was just really nice to finally travel and get out there and see something other than
we
the
definitely
living room.
needed it.
So yeah, I mean, hope you guys enjoyed our little adventure. Hope you guys look into any of the restaurants that we checked out. And I mean, I would love to go again. And I kind of liked the idea of like exploring pockets of New York, like where we stayed. We just kind of stayed there and walked around like that, because you and I didn't want to waste time getting in a cab and 45 minutes to get to one part of the town. It was just like, let's just see what's here. You know what I mean? And that could totally be a fun thing to do, where we stay in different parts of New York and just only walk around in that vicinity, Yeah,
absolutely.
It's more fun that way, in my opinion.
Yep.
I don't know. But I don't know. Where should we go next?
Hopefully we're planning a trip soon. So if I know. But it might not. The thing is, like, let's not get into it.
No negatives.
Let's not get into it.
Okay.
Let's just say thank you so much for listening to another episode of We Everywhere, Baby. Again, I am your host, Omar. And with me, as always, Nadia Moham.
Yo.
You guys take care of each other out there. Bye.
Bye.
We Everywhere, baby.